Today I'd like to do a product review of the Vanquest KATARA 16 backpack. This backpack came out earlier this year and I've been testing it now for the past 5 to 6 months in multiple use cases. So for multiple day hikes and then also for EDC purposes, and I'm finally ready now to do the review of it. So there's a lot of cool features with this backpack. The main one is that it's not only a backpack, but it also could be converted to a sling bag using a nice Velcro system that Vanquest has, which we'll talk in a little bit more detail later. There's a lot to cover in this video, so as normal we're going to go over the high-level features of this bag. We'll talk about the pros and cons and then an overall summary. So let's get started now with this video featuring the Vanquest KATARA 16. As I mentioned, I've been using the Vanquest KATARA 16 backpack for the past several months now and brought it on multiple day hikes when out and about with the family, also for EDC commuting when carrying a laptop, and then even on multiple flights for business travel. It works great as a carry-on bag for flights and it easily fits under the front seat for storage. It's a great EDC bag due to its small size and the multiple compartments and zippered pockets that it has. Due to that size, you can't carry more items than are needed for EDC purposes, which helps keep the bag light. Let's go over the size and weight. So the storage pack capacity of the KATARA 16 is 16 liters, so it's not a large backpack. It weighs in at around 2.65 pounds, which is 1,202 grams. I think it's similar in size to the Maxpedition Pygmy Falcon 2, which I've had for many years now. Let's do a quick rundown of all of the compartments of the KATARA 16. We'll go into more details later regarding each one of them. So you have that main compartment, which features a clamshell opening. You have a top front pocket. You have a large bottom front pocket, which you could store a lot of stuff in. It has a hidden CCW compartment, which is pretty cool. And then you have that padded tablet sleeve on the interior of the main compartment. Let's do a quick rundown of the new features of the KATARA 16 backpack. A lot of Vanquest's gear has evolved over time and they're always trying to improve their sling bags and backpacks. And so the previous version had a smaller capacity. This one's now at 16 liters. So again, it's still in the small size, but it's a little larger than the previous version. But the main feature of this bag is the dual backpack straps that can be converted to a single shoulder carry sling bag, which is really nice. It also has a hidden compartment for CCW carry, so you could have a subcompact or a compact CCW. And then you also have that tablet sleeve in the main compartment, and it's for smaller laptops. So for a 12-inch, maybe a 13-inch, or a hydration water bladder. And you have the hole at the top of the backpack, so you could have the hydration water straw go through there. And then it also is kind of staggered what type of HYDRA construction it's using, depending on what section of the backpack. So on the bottom of the bag, it has a 1000D HYDRA, and then on the body of the bag, it has 500D, and that's just to help with get the best weight to strength balance. They're trying to keep the bags a little lighter, but still have them high quality. And on the bottom, you're going to want to have that higher grade HYDRA, the 1000D, compared to the 500D throughout the rest of the body of the backpack. Here's a few more features of the bag. The HYDRA fabric is treated with a water repellent, which is super nice. The backpack's overall constructed with high quality military grade materials throughout. We've come to expect that now from Vanquest. So again, it's a convertible backpack and you could convert it to a sling bag either left or right sided, which is handy. It has adjustable removable shoulder straps with the sternum strap that actually doubles as your stabilizer strap, which is pretty clever. And again, that water hydration bladder sleeve could actually fit a 2-liter water bladder. Here are my personal favorite features of the KATARA 16. Number one being that bright orange interior. It's the high visibility, lightweight, and moisture resistant 210D ripstop nylon interior. If you have a black flashlight, for example, and it falls to the bottom of the bag, you're going to be easily able to see it because it's going to stand out against that bright orange fabric. Again, another feature is the SPARTAN zipper pulls. These are awesome. It's a durable RC class YKK lockable zippers, reversible for protection. It's a lot better over the previous zipper pulls that they had, which was more of a paracord material, and they were prone to kind of fall apart a little bit. These ones do not fall apart. I've slowly been replacing all of my zipper pulls with the SPARTAN zipper pulls. They're just awesome. And then the padded grab handle at the top is awesome. It's super thick. It's a very comfortable carry, and I just wish that every single bag that I had, whether it be a Vanquest or not, had this quality of a grab handle at the top of it. Another cool feature of this backpack is the MOLLE webbing. I like to call it sexy MOLLE, although Vanquest officially calls it lightweight MOLLE air structure. So it's a very low profile, kind of a sexy cut of MOLLE. It looks a lot different than what you see from other backpacks. And then on the side of the backpack, you have the low profile Hypalon MOLLE air side panels, which is also pretty cool. So Hypalon is a synthetic rubber. It's noted for its resistance to chemicals, temperature extremes, and ultraviolet light. So again, the sexy MOLLE. Let's take a closer look now at all the compartments and zippered pocket areas of the Katara 16 backpack. This is always a hard segment for me to do for Vanquest bags because there's always so many different hidden pockets and cool features and new things that you happen to notice when you're filming the video, but I'll do my best to try to cover them as quickly as possible. Let's start off first with the bottom of the backpack. Again, this is using the 1000D Cordura, which is stronger than the 500D used on the body of the backpack, and you have 6 fabric loops here for using as an attachment point if you wanted to attach, for example, a small tent to the bottom of the backpack or a sleeping pad or something like that. You're able to do that with these loops. Let's move on to the top front pocket. Now the exterior of this pocket has a lot of Velcro, so if you like to have a lot of morale pouches, for example, you could put them all throughout this top front pocket. When you open it up, you have a zippered pocket area and then you have a storage area. So in the zippered pocket area, it's featuring, again, those Spartan zipper pulls, and you have the inverted zipper, and then you kind of have like a see-through mesh where you're able to see things like, for example, pencils, maybe a multi-tool and things like that. The main pocket itself is surprisingly deep. So the pocket has a height of 7 inches and a width of 8.5 inches. You could put a first aid kit in here, for example, and then you have some webbing that allows you to store 4 different slots for webbing. And then there's a back little sleeve that you're also able to store some additional supplies. It's pretty surprising how thick that this particular pocket is too. It has a depth of almost 2 inches, so 1.75 inches. Let's move on to the bottom front pocket, which is actually surprisingly larger than you would think it is. So again, on the exterior of this pocket, you have that sexy molly webbing, and when you open it up, it's almost a clamshell opening. You have another one of those transparent see-through mesh with the zipper pull, with the Spartan zipper pulls, and the inverted zipper, so you could store some additional gear in there. And then you have a fairly deep pocket that has that bright orange fabric, so you have a couple front small sleeves, and then you have a larger back sleeve, and then the back of it has that Cordura fabric. So you could store a lot of different items in this particular pocket. I find that I'm filling it with a lot of stuff. It also has a little lanyard with a hook if you want to store your keys, for example, or maybe your whistle or anything like that. Hidden behind that bottom front pocket is a hidden CCW compartment, which is really clever. You could access it from either side of that pocket if you're using it as a sling bag, for example. You just stick your hand there and there's some Velcro that's keeping it closed, and then your CCW could be attached to the Velcro fabric that's on the interior portion of this hidden compartment. Before moving on to the main compartment, let's quickly talk over the straps. So again, these are convertible straps. They have a lot of mounting points on these straps if you like that kind of thing. That also has various Velcro loops, for example, and then also a really nice sternum strap which you could adjust as well. And you could remove these straps to be able to configure it to be a sling bag. To convert the backpack to a sling bag, you're going to go to the top of the backpack and there's going to be a small little snap button. You just release that and then you kind of fillet it open and you'll see all of the Velcro. It's super strong Velcro. I'm really surprised with how strong it is. And that's where the straps are actually mounted to. And they even use an orange fabric to show you how the straps need to line up on that Velcro area. So what you're just going to do is remove one of the straps from there. Just remove it from the Velcro. And then on the bottom of the strap, they have a little hook that you could unclip, and then that'll allow you to completely take off that strap. From there, you're going to unclip the bottom of the other strap that's still connected and then reconnect it to the previous strap's clip that you've just removed, and then that'll make it into the sling pack. And you could do this either right-sided or left-sided, whatever your personal preference is. Now, you're going to have a little bit of webbing that's going to be hanging from the clip area, and there's a little pocket area on both sides of the bottom of the backpack that you could tuck that away so it's nice and clean. Now, I personally prefer to have it in backpack mode instead of sling bag, but it's nice to know that you're able to do that. By the way, the back padding has a nice amount of padding to it. It's also ventilated to help with the airflow. Now let's open up the main compartment area. Again, this is a clamshell opening. You'll notice that the zippers are inverted, which has a really nice look to it, and you have those fancy Spartan zipper pulls. At about 3/4 of the way up on the backpack, you'll see on both sides that it has some snap buttons on here. And this has helped to prevent the particular clamshell opening from opening all the way if you have a laptop in there, for example, and you don't want it to fall out, which we'll talk in a little bit more detail later. So you have to just unsnap both of these to be able to access it in clamshell opening. Otherwise, you're just going to be able to access the top of the zipper area. When you open it up, on the back you'll see that padded laptop or tablet sleeve. Again, you could also use this for a water bladder. There's a little loop on the top of it that you're able to attach the water bladder, and then there's holes on the top of the backpack which you could slip through a straw for that water bladder. But I think mainly it's going to be used as a tablet or a laptop sleeve. So you just open up the Velcro and slip it into there, and it's a padded sleeve, which is really nice. Again, this fits like a 12 or 13 inch notebook. It's not going to fit a 15 or 17 inch. On the front side of the main compartment area, you have a lot of different pocket options. So on the top portion, you have another smaller zippered pocket area. Again, it's using that see-through mesh. It has the inverted zipper and the Spartan zipper pull. And then the main pocket area is kind of cleverly designed. So you could actually access it 3 different ways. You could access it from the left side, you could access it from the right side, or you could access it from the top by using the Velcro where the orange fabric is. And then on the very sides, there's also some webbing here that you could use for storing additional items, again with some more of the high visibility orange fabric. I don't know, you could store a flashlight, for example, something around that size, and you have that on both sides. You could also store additional items in the general main compartment area. The dimensions are 17 inches in height, 9 inches in width, and you have a depth of 4 inches. So you're able to store a fair amount of stuff in this main compartment area. And that wraps up all of the different pockets and compartment areas of the KATARA 16 backpack. I tried to go as quickly as possible. Let's move on now to the pros and cons. Let's start off first with the pros. So the first pro that I have listed is the high quality materials and construction used throughout. Vanquest has really raised the bar in this category for bags and backpacks. The second pro that I have listed is the small size is really great for EDC. It helps keep all your EDC gear to a minimum, which is a good thing. And again, this is the perfect size for a carry-on bag for flights. The next pro that I have listed is that I really like that sexy Molly webbing, otherwise known as Molly Air. If they ever made a tactical lingerie store, Vanquest would be a top designer with this sexy Molly webbing. I don't often use Molly webbing for attachments, but I really like the look of it, and Vanquest designs it in a way that I've never really received a comment while out and about or at work that says that this is a tactical bag, so that's a good thing. The next pro that I have listed is the main feature of this backpack being a convertible, and while I prefer to use a dual strap backpack over a sling bag, it's nice knowing that I have options with the KATARA 16. The next pro is the Spartan zipper pulls are just my favorite. I've slowly been replacing all of my zipper pulls, whether they're a Vanquest bag or not, with the Spartan zipper pulls. They're absolutely fantastic. I'll provide a link in the description box. I really like the padded grab handle on the top of the bag. It's super comfortable, and I just wish all of my bags had this quality of a grab handle on the top. It's just really great. As always, I like the high visibility of the bright orange fabric interior of the Vanquest bags. It makes it super easy to find all the items inside of your bag. And then the last pro that I have listed is that the front and top pockets are surprisingly deep. You could carry a lot of supplies in those 2 pockets. Now let's move on to the cons, and to be honest, it's kind of hard to come up with cons for Vanquest bags. It's like finding a con in a Linda Carter bikini photo. It's just hard to come by, and you're basically picking fly crap out of pepper. But let's give it a shot. The first con that I have listed is that it's a little expensive at $150 for a bag that might be considered too small for an overnight bag. But again, you're paying for that high quality of the Vanquest bags, and that's what you're getting for the $150. The next con that I have listed is that there is no dedicated water bottle holder. You could always get the Vanquest HYDRA water bottle holder, which is really clever, but I find that it's a little bit too tight of a fit on the sides of this particular backpack, and I think it takes away from the sexy Molly look. The next con is that because this bag is so small, that laptop sleeve only supports around a 12 to 13 inch laptop maximum. So if you have a 15-inch laptop, you're not going to be able to store in that sleeve, and you're going to have to store it in the main compartment of this particular backpack without a strap, and that's a little risky. The side snap buttons are basically mandatory if you're carrying a 15-inch laptop in the main compartment due to the clamshell opening and the possibility of having the front pockets overly stuffed. I ran into an incident while carrying a 15-inch laptop outside of the sleeve. The front pockets had too much weight in them, and then the zippers weren't quite closed enough on the backpack. While walking, the weight of the items in the front pockets caused the main compartment to open all of a sudden and drop everything out, including my laptop. Fortunately, it survived the fall. When you have the side snap buttons closed, that protects you from this happening, but it's something to keep in mind if you don't happen to have a 12 to 13-inch laptop that you could store in the protective sleeve. And the last con that I have listed is that while the back ventilation is good, you'll still get swamp back when going on hikes since it's pressed up right against your back and you'll build up sweat in that area. And that's all I have listed for the cons. In summary, with all that said, I still think this is a really nice backpack for EDC purposes, especially if you plan on carrying a smaller laptop or tablet in the main compartment sleeve. It also works great for day hikes, but you'll probably want to invest in the add-on HYDRA water bottle holder. Due to the high standards that we've come to expect now from Vanquest, I expect this backpack to last more than 10 years without any signs of wear or tear. It's super high quality and built to last. That's going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it. Please feel free to leave any kind of comments below in the comment section regarding this video. I provided a link in the description box which will take you to the Katara 16 if you're interested in picking it up for yourself. All in all, I think this is an awesome little EDC backpack. It has some good qualities to it, a couple little bad qualities, but overall I think it's a really nice compact backpack with a lot of cool features to it. So I recommend it. So again, leave your comments below in the comment section, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video featuring the Vanquest KATARA 16. See you guys next time.